Good morning my dear students, welcome to Big Data Analytics class. This is our third lecture and today's topic is about Hadoop distributed file system, that is called as HDFS, and building blocks of Hadoop. And in this building blocks of Hadoop we will be learning about name node, data node, secondary name node, job tracker, task tracker and Hadoop cluster. So this will be our today's topic. So before going ahead, let us revise our previous lecture. So in the previous lecture we have discussed about few hidden treasures of Hadoop, and in that we have learned how Sears started using Hadoop. Sears used to work on the Oracle SAS, but once the Sears started getting unstructured data, Sears started shifting to a software called as Hadoop. So that was the hidden treasure we have seen in our previous class. We have seen about what is Hadoop and its importance. We have also seen about the problems present in the traditional approach and in which manner or in which fashion the Hadoop was evaluated, what was the work done by the Duff Cutting and how Duff Cutting has switched from Yahoo to Cloudera. Likewise, we have seen the evolution of the Hadoop. We have seen the components of Hadoop also, and we have seen GFS, that is called as a Google file system, and we have seen about the Hadoop ecosystem. So in the previous class these are the contents we have discussed. Let us start with our today's class, that is about Hadoop core components. So what are Hadoop core components are? So there are three Hadoop core components are there, that is called as client is one. So what is client is? The client is nothing but it is neither a master nor a slave, nor a master nor a slave. What it is? It just plays the role of loading the data into cluster. So that is the job of the master, that is the job of the client. As well as it submits map reduce jobs and describes how the data should be processed. That means the client will submit 1 TB of data and the client will ask, I want this or the information I want to extract. For example, let us take the example of coronavirus cases. So 100 patients information has been submitted and I want to extract a value added information. What is my value added information? Out of the 100 patients information, I want how many of them has got tested positive. So that is the extracted value I want. Similarly, so it submits the map reduce jobs describing how the data should be processed and then retrieve the data to see the response after job completion. So what is the response I am getting here? I have submitted 100 cases of the 100 test cases of coronavirus, and what I am expecting in a return? I am expecting that out of 100 cases of patient's blood report, blood samples, how many of them got positive? So I am my expectation is the positive samples of the patients. The next core component is called as master. So master again consists of three important components, that is called as name node, secondary node and job tracker. So these are the three important components present in the master. And the last core component is called as slave or slave nodes we call as, or we call as slaves, because n number of slaves will be there. And nodes are the majority of machine in Hadoop cluster. That means the Hadoop cluster is basically made of n number of nodes or n number of slaves we call as. There are n number of nodes or n number of slaves we call as. What they do is they simply store the data, and they process the computation. That means we send the algorithm and then through this algorithm the data will be processed. That is the duty of the slaves. Right. I am repeating once again, these are the three core components, that is called as a client, master and slaves, or slaves we call as a, right. And the client is neither a master or a slave. It just simply plays the role of loading the data into the cluster, that's all, not more than that. And in return, the client expects the results, that's all. And the master consists of three important components, that is called as name node, secondary node, and job tracker. So what are all these things? We'll see in the next slides. And slave nodes, they are responsible for storing the data and process the computation. That means on the data, the computation work is going to be happen. How the computation process is going to happen? You're going to pass the algorithm, right? So let us see a small image here. The client is putting the data. The data may be a structured data or unstructured data and semi-structured data into the Hadoop, and the master has been distributing to the slave nodes and it is processing. So just you can see the image. First the client is quite happy, but once he started getting the negative results, or might be his business is going in a low manner, or the business is going in a loss, in that case, in that manner, he might be in a tense, I hope so, right. So the pictorial representation of the Hadoop core components will look like this. So we have divided in two fashions here. We have data nodes, that means this is your node, this is one node here. And these nodes we are keeping in the Hadoop cluster. This is my Hadoop cluster, and these are all my nodes here, that means the slave nodes. On the slave nodes, you can see here, there will be two daemons will be running, that is called as your data node and task tracker. On every node, there will be two daemons will be running, that is called as task tracker and data node. Task tracker and data node likewise. And a piece of information or the data is stored here. On this data, the computation is going to happen. So you can see here, the task tracker will be responsible for, will be done by your MapReduce coding. That means in which manner the computation has to happen. So that is going to be done by your MapReduce coding part. That we are going to do with help of Java programming or by the Python programming. So the original Hadoop cluster will look like this. In this fashion, the Hadoop cluster will look like this. Let us see here. You can see the cluster here. I have a master and slave. As already we have discussed that Hadoop cluster is based on master-slave architecture. Hadoop cluster is based on master-slave architecture. So I have slaves and I have master, right? So let us see here. These are my slave nodes. My purple color are my slave nodes. These are all my slave nodes. These are my slave nodes. These are all my slave nodes, right? And on the slave nodes, there will be two daemons will be running. What is the daemon here? Background process is going to happen. That nobody will see that. So two daemons will be running, that is called as data node and task tracker. These are two daemons. On every node, these daemons will be running, and these daemons will be doing the process. So on all the nodes, on all the slave nodes, two daemons are running, that is called as data node plus task tracker. Data node plus task tracker. Even in this slave nodes also, two daemons are running, that is called data node plus task tracker. And what I have done is, all these things I have kept in a rack. And above these slave nodes, we have one master node also, or we call the master machine. And in the master machine, you can see here, there is a daemon called as a name node. So here we have a name node, and you can see here we have a job tracker here. So that means in the name node, we will be running a job tracker here, right? Here also we have a data node plus task tracker. So this is, in this we don't have any, we didn't kept any master information, just the slaves information only we kept here. So I am having a rack switch here, and rack switch here, and all these racks are connected with one another. So what is happening here, with the help of this core switches, this is one cluster I have made. This is one cluster I have made, and the same type of cluster I have established in other place, and if I want to connect that cluster also, in that case I am going to make use of Hadoop cluster as a cloud. Through the cloud I am going to make a connection, because whatever the cluster I have established, with this cluster I couldn't able to complete my task, so I require additional support. So for that purpose I will go to the cloud, and through the cloud I will connect to the another cluster, right. So let us see here. So we have a master machine and slave machine. On master machine we have a name node, and on the slave machine we have a slave nodes, and in the slave nodes we have two domains, that is called as the data node and the task tracker. We have a data node and the task tracker, and here we have a job tracker. See here, that means job tracker will be available in the name node. This will be in the part of master node. So generally we'll see, we'll go to the next slide. You can see here, this is a simplified diagram of the Hadoop cluster. You can see here we have a master here and we have a slaves here. So in slaves we have the slave nodes, these are all your slave nodes, and in the slave nodes you can see here on every slave nodes two daemons are running, that is called the data node and task tracker. Data node and task tracker, right. So task tracker is a slave to the job tracker and data node is a slave to the name node. That means whatever the data information is stored in the name node, that is called as name node is storing the metadata. That means what kind of file is been stored in the slave, how much amount of file is been stored, what kind of permission it is having, all such information will be stored in the name node. So that's what I repeat it once again. Task tracker is a slave to the job tracker and data node is a slave to the name node, right. So you can see here all the red color marked comes under the master. That means the master node will be holding job tracker, name node and secondary name node, and you can see here the slave nodes are your purple color, and on every purple color slave nodes you can see internally two daemons are running, that is called as a data node and task tracker. Task tracker is a slave to the job tracker and data node is a slave to the name node. That means what? Whether this node is working or not, the job tracker duty is to find out whether this node is working or not, whether the node is performing the computation job or not. If the job tracker is not getting the heartbeat, that means this node is not working. Why this node is not working? Because there might be a hardware failure. So if there is a hardware failure, immediately there should be a fault tolerance action must be taken. Wherever the node is vacant or wherever the node is idle, the job must be assigned to that node, and that is the internal process is going to happen, right. So job tracker, name node and secondary name node will be there in the masters. So job tracker duty is nothing but only observing whether the nodes are performing the task or not. That is why task tracker is always a slave to the job tracker. So job tracker is going to find out whether I am getting the heartbeat or not from the nodes, from the slave nodes. If the heartbeat is not getting by the job tracker, then the job tracker has to find out whether there was a hardware failure or not. Similarly, data node, that means here what kind of data is available, whether the data is having read permission or whether the data is having write permission. All such information will be stored at the name node. That is why name node will be storing about the meta information. What is the metadata? Metadata is nothing but data about data, right. That is why I repeat it once again, data node is a slave to the name node and task tracker is a slave to the job tracker, right. So name node and secondary name node will be available in the HDFS, that is called as Hadoop distributed file system, and this will be job tracker will be available in the MapReduce. That means in the MapReduce we will be writing the programming part, because I am having a data here on the data nodes. To process the data I require a computational mechanism, I require an algorithm. That algorithm I am going to write by using the MapReduce, and through that algorithm the job is going to be performed by the task tracker. So task tracker is a daemon and is a slave node and it is a slave to the job tracker, right. So that is about the master and slave. So in this fashion the Hadoop core components works. That means the client is submitting its data, maybe unstructured data or semi-structured data or structured data, whatever it is. Once it will submit the data, the process is going to happen like this. The master nodes will be there and the slave nodes will be there. So in the previous diagram, as I have shown you, we have the client has submitted the data and then the processing is happening. Then the client will get the results, whatever the data it has submitted, basing on the query or basing on the request performed, the results is going to be achieved. Right, a little bit more information about Hadoop cluster components. So you have a MapReduce, we have a HDFS. So in the MapReduce we have a job tracker, and in HDFS we have a name node and secondary name node. So what about the job tracker here? Task tracker is a slave to the job tracker, and task tracker is a slave to the job tracker here, and data node is a slave to the name node here. So name node will keep the meta information. So already as I told you that if any node fails, in Hadoop we have a fault tolerance facility is there. That means whatever the job done by that node, whatever the job, I am having a nodes here, if any of the node is not working because of hardware failure, in that case this jobs, whatever this node is performing the job, that job is going to be replaced by another node, right? Then what about the data? The data will not be corrupted, because in Hadoop there will be by default replicas will be maintained, and by default replicas are 3 replicas. But if you want to extend the replicas for 10 or 15, you can do it in the configuration files that we are going to see in the next session, right? So in this fashion the Hadoop core components will work, that is about your name node, job tracker, task tracker and data node. Coming to the secondary name node, what is secondary name node is, if this node is not working, the data present in the node or this node is not working, immediately the job done by this node will be allocated to the node whichever is idle. Why this node is not working? Because of hardware failure. Similarly, there is a chance of not working this node also, name node also. In that case, what is going to happen? The name node is holding the metadata such as file information, file size, read permission, write permission, its hierarchy, etc. If that is a very important data, that meta information is very important information, if that itself is gone or if that itself is destroyed, then what data is available in the slave nodes, we cannot find it. So there should be a replica of that also, like how it is maintaining a replica. So that is why there is a secondary name node. What is the secondary name node is doing here? The secondary name node is doing like this. What is doing here? The secondary name node, it has been provide your metadata. That means here whatever the name node data is there, the meta information it pulls it and keeps in the disk, so that at any day, on any day, if this node is not working, there will not be loss of meta information, and that meta information can be available in the secondary name node. So that means in the Hadoop cluster there is no question of spoil of data or corruption of data, etc. Because if slave nodes are not working, immediately there will be a fault tolerance, and whatever the job done by the slave node, that job will be allotted to the other node whichever is idle, and the same replica will be maintained there also. So there is no question of spoilage of data here or corruption of data here. Similarly, meta information also which is stored in the name node, if name node is also not working, we no need to worry, because basing on the time we set for the secondary name node, maybe 1 hour or 1 day or half day, whatever it could be, based on that immediately backup will be taken. So these are the benefits of the components, and Hadoop cluster has been made in such a secure fashion that there will not be any chance and choice of spoilage of data. We can see here we have right. What about the name node metadata is, the name node metadata consists of, as you already know that metadata is nothing but data about data. So what this metadata basically consists of is, this metadata basically consists of list of files, list of blocks for each file, list of data node for each block, and file attributes such as time, replication factors, etc. That means how many replicas I want to make. I want to make it 3 replicas, I want to make it 10 replicas, likewise. Similarly, the name node, it keeps the transaction logs too. What is the transaction logs here? Creation, file deletions, etc. So ultimately, the name node keeps track of overall file directory. It keeps of overall file directory structure and the placement of data blocks. So that's what the information regarding the name node metadata. So already we have seen about the secondary name node. There is a chance of not working of slave nodes because of hardware failure. In that case, we have a fault tolerance mechanism is there in Hadoop. That is, since that node is not working, that means the node is not working means, you can see here, the heartbeat is not going to the job tracker. Once the heartbeat is not going to the job tracker, that means the node is not working. Similarly, as a human beings, when heartbeat is not there means we are dead almost all. Similarly, here also, if heartbeat is not going to the job tracker, this node is not working. Then immediately what is going to happen? Whatever the node is idle, that job is going to be assigned to this node. Similarly, there is a chance of not working the name node also. If name node is not working, but name node is holding very important information, that is metadata, data about data, file information, file size, file permission, hierarchy of the files. If that information is lost, it will be a very problem for us because what information is stored in the slave nodes we don't know. For example, if the boss knows how many software engineers are there and which software engineer is doing what kind of work. If the boss itself not coming, boss itself is not available, then in the top level person does not know what is happening with the software engineers, what kind of work they are doing. That is why what the boss is doing, the maintaining a copy of the work on the software engineers, there should be a replica. That replica is nothing but secondary name node. And secondary name node collects the data or pulls the metadata maybe 1 hour or maybe a day or maybe half day basing on the importance and the priority of the data. So the job of secondary node is a contact name node in a periodic manner after a certain time interval. By default is 1 hour. For every 1 hour, the backup will be taken from the name node and kept in the secondary name node. So if name node doesn't works also, there is no need to worry about that, and the data is available, the metadata is available at the secondary name node. Let us see the use case of Hadoop cluster. Hadoop cluster is available in the Facebook. That means in the Facebook already Hadoop cluster they have implemented. So this is a very important case study of the Facebook. The Facebook is saying that they are using Hadoop to store copies of internal log. They are using the Hadoop to store the copies of internal log and dimension data source and use it as a source for reporting, analytics and machine learning. So Facebook is making use of Hadoop to store copies of internal logs and to perform analytics. And right now they are having, it seems, 2 major clusters. Right now they are having 2 major clusters, Hadoop clusters. That is, one is 1100 machine cluster with 8800 crores and about 12 petabyte raw storage. And another is 300 machine cluster with 2004 cores and about 3 petabyte raw storage. And each node has 8 crores and 12 TB of storage data. Wonderful. So they are having a heavy users of both streaming as well as Java APIs to perform their work. That means the Facebook is making use of Hadoop cluster to store all your data as well as to process all your requests. So this is a small case study of the Facebook for the Hadoop cluster. As you know that in our sessions, Annie will be interested to ask the questions and puzzles. A small question, name node is the single point of failure in a cluster. B, runs on enterprise class hardware. C, stores metadata. D, all the above. So what is the answer for that? The answer is all the above, as the name node stores metadata, runs on reliable high quality hardware because it's a single point of failure in a Hadoop cluster, and when there is a single point of failure is there is an immediate fault tolerance is there. Whatever the node is empty or whatever the node is idle, the job will be allotted automatically. One more question by the Annie. When the name node fails, secondary name node takes over instantly and prevents cluster failure. True or false? See here, the secondary name node is used for creating name node checkpoints. Name node can be manually recovered using the edits and file system image stored in the secondary name node. So that is the thing is going to be done with the secondary name node. So that's all about our today's class. Let us have the conclusion. We have seen about Hadoop distributed file system, and in the Hadoop distributed file system we have seen the core components of the Hadoop and the building blocks such as name node, data node, secondary name node, job tracker, task tracker. So on every slave nodes, data node and task tracker, 2 daemons will be running. On every slave nodes, data node and task tracker, 2 daemons will be running, and job tracker and name node will be available with the master. That means these 2 are available with the slave nodes, and this is available with the master. And secondary name node is about the secondary storage. In case the name node doesn't works, then the meta information can be collected in the secondary name node. And we have seen about the Hadoop cluster, how the Hadoop cluster is established, and we have seen the case study of the Facebook also, and how the Hadoop Facebook is established the cluster to meet the resources, to meet the needs of the clients and to perform the various analytics. Thank you for listening to the class. We will meet in the next session.